Hello and welcome to another video of the IT Career Guide YouTube channel. In today's video I want to talk about salary negotiations and specifically the question, how much money do you want to make? So first of all, it is important to know that in many states of the United States it is no longer legal to ask you how much money you are currently earning in your existing job. So often the question gets flipped around and employers will ask you, how much money would you like to earn? So, there are a couple of things that are really important to know. So when you go into an interview or even during the application process, you already want to have an idea of how much money you want to make, how much are you worth. So you are already working in a job, you know already what your current salary is. You have a good feeling and a good idea about that your salary is about 10-20% lower than what the market currently pays. So that's where you have a number to work with. You can also go and just adjust it even a little more. You want to make above market average and then accordingly bump the number up the same way. So then when you go into the application process or into a job interview and the recruiter or the hiring manager asks you how much money would you like to make, you always want to mention that you want to have a salary range in mind. So let's say you are making $80,000 and you want to make it to $100,000, but you're not sure if the company can pay as much and you don't want to scare them away by simply asking, I want to make $100,000. So you could respond with the information that, well, currently based on my skills and my expertise and my education and really what I bring to the table, I'm looking at a salary range between $90,000 and $110,000. So that salary range allows for two things. So first of all, you might get asked early how much money you want to make. And you don't necessarily know what's really involved in that job. How challenging is it? What's the difficulty and what are they expecting from you to do? So you don't want to just sell yourself for a price and then later on find out, well, this is a ton of work that I need to do. There are lots of challenges that I'm not really sure that I'm being paid appropriately. And if you would have just given them a number, so let's say I want to make $100,000, and then you realize, no, this is much more and I should be paid higher. I'm taking on much more responsibility. That gives you that leverage that you can say, really, I want to make between $90,000 and $110,000. And then you can go to the upper range of that salary range that you mentioned during the job interview. So you always want to respond back with that range. If that range is $20,000 or whatever it is, that is to be determined. So you really want to get an idea, okay, how much can I make? What is the appropriate salary for my position? And what can you tag on top of it to really put yourself into the position that your salary for the next few years is at a competitive level. Just be aware, the moment you sign a contract and you have a salary locked in, usually a year or 2 years later, that salary is no longer necessarily competitive in the market. So you work in IT, a lot of the big jumps with your salary usually come when you switch companies, when you switch jobs, and you easily tag on a significant amount of money on top of what you were making before. But then as you start working these jobs for several years, the increases are usually between 2 and 4%. Of course, there are exceptions. But for most people, it's between 2 and 4% merit increases per year. And with a year, 2 years, 3 years, your salary is no longer at market levels and you're slowly drifting below the market value of the work that you are providing. So that's where it's also important, if you go back into your annual performance review or where you get a merit increase, that you sell yourself appropriately. And if you're not getting the salary increase that you're looking for, then ask your boss really, well, what do I need to do to get more money? What do I need to do to move up to the next level? So, and it's not just asking for more money, but you also want to be able to identify really, okay, my manager told me these and these and these are the items that we're looking at, where we really want to make sure that you can deliver on these. Hold them accountable. So keep track of what they're saying. So let's say you want to move from a mid-level systems administrator to a senior level systems administrator. Ask them, what are your expectations for a senior systems administrator? Is there a chance that I can move up there? And what are you expecting from me? And then hold yourself accountable to those items and really deliver on those. And then you can go back. And here we had this discussion about 6 months ago, and now I delivered on that plus some more. And so I'm trying to find out, what does it take for me to move up to that next level. Salary negotiations are always difficult. It's easier, I think, if you go and change jobs, if you change employers, because that's where you can make that significant jump upwards. It's a little more challenging internally within the same company. So often managers' hands are tied by simply what HR and what the executive leadership says. Well, here's your bucket, and with salary increases, and the manager has to spread it out equally across all the employees that report to him or her. And so there is not often that room for negotiation. So it might be really easier when you look at it and say, okay, what does it take to get to the next level? So again, from a mid-level to senior level, from a senior level to maybe a lead or even a manager level, so that you have an idea, okay, there is room to grow. So if the company is able to offer that, that's your opportunity. And then you need to find out, okay, what does it take to get there? In those situations, you might not be able necessarily to ask for 10, 15, 20, 25% more. But at least you can find out from HR what the range is eventually. Use that number as well. And well, if you come back after 6 months, you delivered and over-delivered and they're not doing anything, you can go out into the market and really put yourself into the position that you know what the salary is that you want, what you feel as the upper range of the market, what's available, because not every company can pay a certain salary. And then you can go and find a job. And sometimes you have to go with that job offer to your manager and say, hey, we talked about this 6, 7, 8 months ago. 2 months ago, you told me you're not able to do anything. I have this job offer here and I would really like to stay with the company, but I also have to look out for my own personal financial well-being and also that I grow in my career. And I have this job offer here and I was wondering, can we talk about this again internally? I would really like to stay here. And then you can have this discussion with your manager. And well, if the answer is no, well, you have a job offer on the table where you can make more money. And then it's for you to decide, okay, I go and I will take my chances somewhere else. I know that I can deliver. I know that I can over-deliver. And well, the other company seems to value my work significantly more. And sometimes, like I said earlier, companies are just not able to pay you a higher salary. So that's a limitation that you have to expect, and then you have no other choice than leaving. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel as well. It really helps me to stay motivated and making more videos. Please, if you have any comments, leave them down below. Also, if you have any suggestions for videos where you want to get more information, and I'll be happy to work on those. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.